So you get your image open, whatever image you want to use, and you get to where you have a transparent background. And this is the way I do it. You duplicate the layer however many times that you want to make strokes. Then you go on the first one, blending options, stroke, and make whatever kind of stroke you want. I use the bottom one, it's the biggest one, and put in a gradient. Just gonna use this gradient. No, no, no. So after you have that, you press OK. Then you take and you make a new layer above that one and outline it. Just gonna sloppily outline mine. Sorry if I'm going slow. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can. And if you can't like select the whole stroke at the same time, you just select the parts that you can select and do those first. And like I said, I'm doing this sloppily because I have to hurry so you won't exit out my video. So now I have it selected, and you go to make selection and get the thingy around it. I'm just gonna call it a thingy. Then you go to your brushes and you go to the brushes that you're gonna use and you find the brushes. So you only put down there and make sure that it'll fit, and then you pick the colors. You just go around and make any kind of brushes around it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. Deselect, and like I said, if you have any of these, you can do them separate from this one. You're just gonna go on to the next one, then go to your next layer, stroke, and you pick cancel, and you pick pattern, and you pick like the kind of pattern that looks like lines or something around that area, and you make it about half of what you made the third layer. You press OK. Then you go to this layer, blending options, and you go to stroke and make it about half of the other layer and fill it with a color or anything you want to, and press OK. Then you go to the third layer, and usually right here I turn it black and white and make a gradient, but I'm not going to do that on this one. So you go to stroke You leave it at 3, go to pattern, and select the same pattern that you put at the bottom, and press OK. Now that you have that, you go down here and make a new layer. Make sure the layer is up under all of those layers. You go to this, go to your brushes, and choose your vector. If my brushes would load, I would do my vector. Okay, just gonna choose any old vector. See, not that vector. See, and make it, and then go to fill tool, and you can like make it a foreground color, and make it a foreground color, and choose the other color, and press fill. Make sure your opacity is 100, unlike mine, and then go to pattern, or you can just leave it like that and exit hell out my video. And then you can go to select a pattern and fill it. I'm just gonna do that and that. No, not that. But you can just choose any old thing. I just want to, if I make it, I'm gonna use it somewhere. And so after you have your vector and stuff, you go to create a new layer, and go to text, and you make your text. If I can make my text, guess it doesn't want to work for me right now, so just gonna delete that layer and make a new one, and make a new freaking text. And make it to where that there is none hanging off the side, but it's big enough. Okay, got mine. Okay, so you leave that down there, and you go over here and you make a new layer, and you merge down by pressing Alt. You know that's not what you do. And you select both and press merge layer, and then you go to blending options, stroke, and you go to pattern, and you select the pattern that you selected on one of the strokes, and set it at whatever you need your biggest stroke to be. Press OK and make a new layer, select that layer again, and merge layers, and blending options again, stroke. Hold on, I just gotta go back and repeat it up. Undo, and undo, and undo again, and undo. Okay, so you have merged the layers. Go back to blending options and stroke, and fill it with the color. I did it totally opposite. You fill it with the color, and then you select a new layer and merge them, and then you go to blending options, stroke, and now you choose the pattern that you selected. Okay, so it looks like it's like an outline. I have to find the right pattern. Might not have it anymore, but whatevs. I know this is getting boring. Just hang with me. Well, anywho, after you did that, press OK. And then you have the finished layer, and then you go to one of your layers, merge visible, which merges all of them, and then you make a new layer and you put it under that layer, and you go to image, canvas size, and you change this first, then you add 20 pixels to each side, or however much you want it to your border to be. I did that all wrong, so I have to go back and redo my image size, canvas size, whatever you want to call this thing. 45, 7, 20. Okay, now I have it, and you fill with whatever color you want your thing to be. Right now I want it to be a gradient. But not that gradient, okay? Bear with me, people. And so you fill it with that color that you want. Then you go to blending options. No, first you go to the layer, blending options, stroke, and change the color to whatever you want your border to be. I'm just gonna do white, so this is very simple. Then you go to the bottom layer, blending options, stroke, and change the outside to inside, and choose the same color or a different color. Depends on what you want to do or what you're doing. You change it to 1 or 2. It's going to change mine to 2. And then you go back to blending options, and pattern overlay, and you get like a sort of stripy pattern. Well, when my pattern load, I ain't going to do that. This is taking forever, so you can like skip to the next part and have it loaded yet. Oh my gosh, this is taking like forever. And my voice is like very tired.